What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Desktop. Today we are looking at magnifiers. We've got a couple of them here. I have the Aimpoint 3X on mine. Joe's has a Sig 5X on his, the Juliet 5. And we want to see how they actually perform. So we're going to look through them at some variable distances. Yep. And we're going to play a fun little game that we'll describe to you here in a couple minutes.
Yeah. What is a magnifier? Do you want a magnifier? You do. Why do you want a magnifier or the ability to magnify an optic? What purpose does that serve? And for me, of course, why the 5X is the best magnifier that you can possibly purchase, and you shouldn't waste your money on a 3X like this guy has.
That's an opinion that Joe has.
It's the correct opinion. It is my correct opinion. So let's get into it. Let's get into it.
Yeah, let's check it out.
To prove my point unequivocally, we're going to go the most scientific test that we know how here at the Desktop Group, which is we're going to do a 50-yard test, a 100-yard test, and a 150-yard test to show you, first of all, what max looks like through a red dot, and then obviously what max looks like through a 3X magnifier and a 5X magnifier, and then just for fun, a 10X LPVO. Why do you think you might need a magnifier? Well, that's where the game comes in. Max is going to be stationed down at the end of the range, and he's going to have either a gun, a phone, or a rifle. Now it's your job to figure out if Max is holding a gun, a phone, or a rifle. And if you can, that's awesome, you win. And if you can't, you might need a magnifier. And if you really can't, you might need a 5X magnifier. And if you really can't, you might need an LPVO. LPVO! I can't pronounce the word. The advantage of a red dot magnifier is that I can switch to the 1x magnification of a red dot, which is no magnification at all, which gives me the ability to still use my night vision optics if I want to without switching my setup. It gives me easier access to quickly acquiring the dot, and then it also is just what I prefer. It's my preference, okay? I don't like the weight of an LPVO. Before we get too deep into this, guys, just a shout out to our channel sponsors, Gideon Optics and Arrowhead Tactical Apparel. They keep our channel alive, and if you use the code, please, at checkout, you get a discount on your order, and it keeps us alive. Let's get into the rest of the video. Okay, so this is where the game is fun. At 50 yards, this is Max with a red dot. Try to tell me if he's holding a gun, a phone, or if he's slinging a rifle over his chest. Now at 50 yards with a 3X, this should be pretty easy. Is Max holding a cell phone, a gun, or does he have a rifle slung over his chest? Now let's try with the 5X. This should be even easier. Rifle, gun, cell phone. And just for fun, this is Max at 10X. You can really easily tell what he's holding. At 100 yards, this is through the 3X. Is Max holding a gun, a cell phone, or a rifle? And looking through a 5X magnifier, this becomes, again, what I think is way easier. A cell phone, a gun, or a rifle. So at 150 with a red dot, this is what it looks like. And you can tell me if you think that you're able to make that shot. Now, if you're in an area with like known enemy combatants and everyone that you see is everyone that you kill, then yeah, absolutely you can make that hit. You can make a hit at distance at 150 yards with just a red dot. However, if you're in a combat zone where you don't want to kill people who are innocent and just have a cell phone or are going for an evening stroll, you do need a magnifier. So let's check Max at a 3X with that. And is Max holding a cell phone, a gun, or a rifle? It's pretty tricky to tell. The rifle seems to be the easiest to tell at any distance, obviously, because it's slung over his chest. But in some of these, if he's holding the gun as if it's a cell phone, it becomes very, very tricky to tell. Let's check if Max is holding a gun, a cell phone, or a rifle with a 5X. So hopefully you guys learned something today, whether that's something is that you hate the way that I film things or you hate the way we test things. I don't know. I hope you learned something. You learned something? Did you learn that I pointed rifles? We didn't actually point rifles at max, by the way.
Everything was disassembled.
We took the bolt carriers out.
Point.
That's if you ever do training courses with your rifle and you have to point your gun at people, 9 times out of 10, they'll either clear it before you go in, or they will take the bolt carrier out so that you can't actually fire around.
And if
we opted to take the bolt carrier out.
Don't train with those people.
If it's 1 time out of 10, you're not in an actual training class. You're in a get killed class, which is not fun. So that's it, guys. I hope that you see the importance of having a magnifier. Something worth noting is in combat zones, you can't engage with people. So ex-military guys, you can't engage with people unless you're being fired at or the person is a threat. So just the mere, and this is actually nationwide a law, the mere presence of a firearm does not constitute a threat. So someone standing with a rifle slung over like this 150 yards away, not a threat.
That's
just worth
open
noting.
carry.
This is just open carry. So the mere presence of a firearm does not constitute a threat. And it's kind of important to remember that. I'm standing on a log because this guy is standing uphill from me, and he's 6'4", and I'm not 6'4". I'm like 5'3", so it's really hard. But I hope you guys learned something from this. That's it, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, we'll catch you on the flippity flip.